Hello fellow Metamaniacs, Mike the Pied Piper here, and I'm here to have a short little video over the review of the recent SCRs that were revealed last week, and we got 4 of them. 3 of them are going to be released normally in the set 10 normal booster, the booster packs. And then we have one that is kind of a promo SCR, which is unlike anything that we've seen in the game so far. It's an SCR that's actually given away at events. That they won't appear in the booster packs. They will be released as a entry prize participation in all store championship tournaments, and then there's also a special gold stamp version for the winner. So really excited about these SCRs. I'm gonna kind of let you know my thoughts on each of them and what kind of decks that I'm going to be running them in. So for starters, we'll get started. We're going to start with the Ss3 Go Tanks. And the Ss3 Go Tanks, it is an 8-drop, 4 yellow Pacific. It is an ultimate and has double strike. And its first permanent is reduce the energy cost of this card by 1 for each battle card with 15,000 power in your drop area. Now, that means that the cost of this card can get as low as 4. So you could essentially get this out by turn 3, turn 4, 4 yellow energy. So really early SCR that could be played. The other permanent is negate the skills of all other battle cards. And that includes yours. So keep that in mind. When you play this, it's going to negate your battle cards as well. Negate your battle card skills and your opponent's battle card skills. So just keep that in mind when you do play this card, but that can be really troublesome for your opponent. And then finally, it does have an auto that when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and energy in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and place them in their owner's drop area. And this is what I think really sets this card apart, is because now your opponent really has to play the game of, is it really worth getting rid of this card? Now, if your opponent, they would have to run cards in their deck that could KO this card. Like if they were going to use an extra card or something along that lines, it's relatively cheap. They could essentially tack this card once you are in rest mode, which could remove it. So if you put this in rest mode, they decide to attack it with one of their battle cards to get up to that 40k. But keep in mind, it is a power 40k card that they're now going to have to spend their resources, their combo power, in order to KO this thing. So this is a really, really, really neat card to run in pretty much any deck, as long as it has yellow. This thing isn't even leader specific. This card can be ran in any deck as long as you have the yellow energy to pay for it. So I really do like this Ss3 Go Tanks card. I do think it's going to go for a fair amount when it set 10 does come out. Not sure on a price, but I will tell you, I think this is going to be one of the higher end, higher up SCRs. So the next card that I wanted to take a look at and review, and this one is the Great Ape Mass Saiyan, which is a green SCR with a cost of 8 with 4 green Pacific energy that does have to be played. This one is also ultimate and auto if your leader card is mono green, so it does have to be a mono green leader. It can't be used with a multicolor leader. You can surge leaders. Basically, you would if your leader card is a mono green card and you remove this card in your combo area from the game, when this card is used in a combo, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. This is really, really good. Essentially, if you're going against a mono green deck, you need to be aware that your opponent may be using this card. And they can KO your battle card. So if you could imagine if you were going to go all in against your opponent, let's say you were going to victory strike, or you had a quad striker and you combo your entire hand and go, yep, here's 120,000. Can you beat 120,000? They're like, nope, don't need to. Gonna pay 1 energy, combo with this, KO your battle card. Goes through barrier, goes through everything. So as long as it doesn't say this card can't leave play due to your opponent's effects, obviously that wouldn't go through it because it is leaving play, KOing it, can't do that. Otherwise, yeah, that's really, really dangerous. So I love how this card has the combo ability to it. But then it even has, we have the Activate Main, which only costs 5 green energy. So you could play this as soon as turn 4, turn 5 with the green energy. Play this card from your hand and it gains dual attack and triple strike for the turn. Dual attack and triple strike. So with 40k, it can attack twice. It's a triple striker. Can get out a really big finisher. So I really do like this card. I do see it played in some mono green. It is a really good surprise card. It can also be searched out with a few other cards. There is this card that is called, I think it's like Energy Ball, that could actually search this thing out. It is a field spell, so, or field location. Essentially, you would play this, and then you could actually search out this green Great Ape Mass Saiyan. So, I personally don't play a lot of green, so I won't be using this. But I think this one will still be a really good SCR. I don't know if it's going to be worth as much as the other ones, just because it is a specialty type deck. It does only work with mono green. But if mono green does turn out to be really popular in the meta, this card will go for a fair amount. The next SCR that I want to review, and the last one that is currently in the booster boxes, is the SS4 Gogeta, which personally I will be getting this for my collection because I like to collect anything that is Goku, Vegeta, Gogeta. This card will be sought out to go into my collection. But just to kind of get over the effects of this, it is a 45,000 power, ultimate triple strike, and permanent. You can't play battle cards. This card can't be removed from your battle area by skills, and you can't combo with cards in your battle area. So essentially, once this thing comes out, you are not playing any more battle cards until this thing leaves the field. It cannot be removed from your battle area by skills, so your opponent can't use anything to get rid of it skill-wise, like what have you. KO can't be removed. And you can't combo with cards in your battle area, so you're not going to be able to combo this thing away. Once this thing comes out, like, it's out. Really, the only way I could see this thing leaving the field is if you attack it, and then someone was to attack it with one of their battle cards, or if they were going to attack it with their leader, which then it would get rid of. But even then, they would have to combo up to 45,000 to get rid of this thing. Activate Main, which it 5 energy, any 5 energy. If all of your energy is the same color, just to comment on this, we did get judge ruling on this that it must be this, like, you cannot have a blue, yellow, and then 4 blue. They need to be all the same, either 5 blue, 5 yellow, 5 green, 5 red, 5 black energy, or it could be like 5 blue, yellow energy, or 5 what have you. They do need to be all the same energy type. Now, this may change. Again, I am doing this video on June 23rd, so that may change. But as of now, the judge ruling is they must be all the same energy. But anywho, if you do have all the same color energy, play this card from your hand. Draw 2 cards, switch up to 2 of your energy to active mode. Then your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and 2 of their battle cards and sends them to their owner's warp. A lot of 2s there. But you get to play this card. I mean, you're going to gain 2. You're gaining 2 energy. So you're gaining 2 cards. Your opponent is negging 2 cards. You're getting rid of 2 of their battle cards. And then finally, you get to activate 2 of your energy. Now, again, this is a ultimate triple striker 45,000 that's going to be on the board that your opponent is going to have to deal with. They cannot keep this thing out. They cannot keep this thing out forever. This one, why I do see the versatility in this, it can be used with any deck that does have the 5 energy. The issue with this card is it really, I mean, you do have the ultimate, you do have the triple striker, but I mean, there's a lot of restrictions to it. You cannot play any more battle cards, so you're kind of shut out from that. And it's really going to depend upon how, like, if you're going against an aggro Argo deck, aggro, going against an aggro or Argo deck that's really hyper fast, then yeah, this could actually, you may not even get a chance to play this thing. So, again, I will be collecting it for collector's purposes. I think it's a really, really solid card. It does have a lot of play in a lot of decks. Just keep in mind that this is going to be kind of a mid-range SCR, mid-range to late game. So keep in mind that you're going to have a lot of those aggressive decks that you're going to be going against. So just be prepared if you're going to be playing this thing. Finally, the last SCR, and to be honest, the one that I'm personally most excited about is the one that's not even in the boxes. It's the one that I'm personally going to be playing in my Zamasu deck that I recently reviewed. If you have not seen that video, I would highly recommend you check out that video. I do go into details on how I have a few Zamasu deck from set 2 that I use that is so much fun to play. But to get into this one, this is the one that will be given out at the store championships, and then also a gold version for the winner. It is called Syn Shenron Negative Energy Incarnate. And this is the one that we have a current really clear image, so I'm able to tell the full name of the card. So this one is Ultimate Deflect and Blocker. Permanent. Reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each card in your drop area with an energy cost of 1. This card can't be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skills. Auto. When you activate this card's blocker skill, switch this card to active mode and it gets minus 5,000 for the turn. So what I really like about this card, and I had to reread it a few times. Number 1, the permanent is reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each card in your drop area with an energy cost of 1. Not battle cards. Any card in your drop area with an energy cost of 1. So this includes a lot of extra cards that are really good in the environment, like Sensu Bean and stuff, Dimension Magic, Flying Nimbus, and many, many more. Any card in your discard that is that's 1 reduces this by 1. And not to mention, it has Deflect. And you're not going to be able to KO this thing. Your opponent cannot just sit there and go, oh, well, here, KO this blocker. No, they're going to have to spend quite a bit of resources to take this thing out. You activate blocker, they're going to have to combo up to at least 35,000 in order to take this thing out. So, well, actually it'd be 30,000, because when you activate the blocker skill for the first time, it would go to 30,000. So they at least have got to combo up to 30,000, which is already taking a significant amount of their resources for a blocker that could potentially cost 1. I will tell you, I will be running this SCR in my Zamasu deck. If you guys have not seen that video, definitely go back and check it out, the deck profile for the Zamasu deck, because I will tell you I have a lot of 1-drops in there, and the ability to be able to play this card for 1 with this blocker that now my opponent is going to have to deal with. They're going to have to find a way to deal with this thing, and not to mention, because it costs 7, I could shuffle it in with the other shuffle in abilities that not shuffle in, but put at the bottom of my deck with the other cards that I have in my Zamasu deck. This would also be really good with Shadow Dragon, with the Shadow Dragon archetype. This would also be good in general with just any deck that, has a lot of 1-drops, and they just want to get a really powerful blocker out, and they want to be able to play this thing. So I'm really personally excited about this SCR. I cannot wait to get it. I cannot wait to run it in my Zamasu deck. Just more defense, more more essential resources my opponent is now going to have to waste in order to get rid of this thing. Eventually, they're just not going to have any more resources to be able to do any damage to me. So, really, really excited about this SCR. So, alright, fellow Metamaniacs, that is kind of my review over the 4 SCRs. I am really excited about set 10. I'd love to hear what you have to think, or what you have to say about the SCRs. Yeah, a lot of them aren't like big finishers compared to other sets, but I love a lot of them where you can't just remove them from play, like you can't just KO them. Your opponent is going to have to find other ways to deal with your big SCR, your big guy in the field. So, really excited about that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all of our Patreon members. Thank you for supporting us. You guys are awesome. I want to even give a special thanks to Trent from Tac Games. Thank you much. And also, if you seeing this on YouTube or on our channel, make sure that you're liking and subscribing for future videos. I've been trying to find an interesting way to end my videos, so I'm going to end my video with an inspirational quote, and we're going to try that, and I'm going to see what sticks. So I end this video by saying, life is a journey, not a destination. Alright, take it easy, Metamaniacs. Bye.